Whoa, changes kumabviravira. Dynamos approaching Callisto Pasuwa. Is he set for a return? Highlanders, we have been noticing changes. And then we spoke about this, the scientific approach by the Warriors coach, that is Mario Marinica. Now we are seeing the scientific dropping of Maswanhise, translating onto something, even in the Scottish Premier League. And this is what we are chasing today on Strictly Football. And the two gentlemen here in studio, I've got Coach Ruben Doughty, that is on my far right. And then to my immediate right, I've got Bevan Shunurai. And Bevan, all the way from Morocco, you've noticed so many different things. And what an honor to have you on the show to give us that knowledge and expertise and the experience you got there.
Yeah, well, it's good to be back. Said the stay yet to be cut short by the exit of the Warriors, but like you alluded to, there was a lot of lessons.
Yeah.
It's good sometimes to travel to. You get then to see how others do things, and believe you me, we have a lot to do. We have a lot to do if we are to catch up and to be competitive. Yes, you know what? The funny thing though about Zimbabwe's situation is it's a unique situation.
Yeah. Whereby
on the field of play, things can actually happen. You see, maybe by the near misses every time, but in other aspects of the game, I'll be frank with you, no fear, no doubt. I'll tell you, we are still lagging behind big time. Others are way ahead of us. I think in almost everything, infrastructure, the fans, it's just that's just how I saw it. It's not something that we can talk about and unpack with the little time that we have here. But I think there is a lot that we need to do in our football. But the good thing with modern setup is you don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
It's just copy and paste.
Yeah.
How others are doing it.
Yeah.
That's what we simply need to do. And I think we've got a number of countries that we can learn from.
Yeah.
In Morocco themselves, we can learn from them.
Yeah.
Pride aside, we can learn a lot from South Africa.
Yeah.
The way they're doing things.
Yeah.
You could tell the way the team is playing.
Yeah.
You could tell that there is there are benefits rather that you get from continuity and consistent. Hugo Bruce has been there for
he has been given time. Yeah.
Now you can see that the club has his DNA.
Yeah.
Everything speaks Hugo Bruce.
Yeah.
So this idea of chopping and changing is sometimes not good that we do. So we need a situation where we have got continuity and longevity. I always refer to the era that we had Cloud Dieter Pajos.
Yeah.
You could sense and see the DNA of Cloud Dieter Pajos throughout, from the top to the juniors, and even to the
Mighty
ladies'
Warriors
game.
as well.
You get it? So I think, sometimes we are too quick to judge these characters. Yeah. We need sometimes to give them time to see what it is that they know, what it is that they can do. We need to, all these teams, you go and check Morocco. How long have they had that coach?
Yeah.
So it's these are deliberate processes.
Yeah.
But we are a very impatient lot.
Yeah.
We are like the Manchester United hierarchy.
The Glazers.
We are like that in some way.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes we need to be a bit more patient and allow. So there are a lot of lessons, I think, as time goes on, we'll be sharing. But I learned quite a lot. And fortunately, I was able to document a lot of it. And I think we will share the information.
Well, definitely we do have a museum here with us, so full of knowledge and so full of wisdom. So the application, we just hope that Zifa will be able to just rope you along to just help with the process.
I'm too junior for that, but I think ideas at the end of the day, they can be shared. I think they simply need to.
Well,
because
they say you who has a will, he has a way, and definitely you've got the will. Someone may not have noted what you noted. But let us move on. Coach Ruben, I'll start with you. So many changes. Chelsea, Manchester United, super unexpected. But we are talking of what is happening right here in the local game, and Dynamo's approaching Callisto Pasuwa. Is that a move that can materialize, and we can end up seeing him lighting again the Vietnam stand, erupting the joy, everything that we saw back in the 2014s?
I believe that everything goes back to the financial capacity of Dynamos. If they've got the finance to back the so-called Pasuwa coming back, then maybe they can find him sitting in that dugout and bring back the glory days of football. But to be honest with you, it's no longer 14 years ago when he was the darling of Dynamos and also Zimbabwean football. The guy is a mastermind in winning titles, to be honest with you. He went from Dynamos to Malawi and did extremely well. Now he's with the national team, and I don't see him leaving the national team of Malawi because it's a step forward for him, and it will open huge gates to better or greener pastures. Just like if you look at the likes of Rolani Mukwani and my favorite, what's his name, Peter Musomani.
Yeah.
These guys, I don't see them coming back to Orlando Pirates or Sundowns anytime soon. So it's the same as Callisto Pasuwa. He's not driven by money, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The guy is driven by success and passion. He's a guy who's got a better view of direction where he wants to head. Because if he was driven by money, he could have joined Scotland couple of months back when they wanted him. But look at him. He's a guy who honors his contracts. Everywhere where he goes, he makes sure that he laps. He goes all the way to the end of his contract, and with that, he brings success. Well, for Zimbabwean football, it's a loss not to have him back in the Premier League. But to be honest with you, for Malawian football, it's a big plus.
Well, there is one episode that we did speak about Dynamos, the lack of structures and everything. And now Pasuwa saying, if you want me back, start with your structures. Build something solid, because this is a serial title-winning coach. Coming to you, Bevan, what is the importance of this? And do you see this coming to fruition, that Dynamos will be able to set up those structures which can allow the club to go back to the glory days?
Well, about setting up of structures, I don't think that's impossible. It's possible. It's simply having the guys. In any case, that is club licensing requirement. You're supposed to have structures.
Yeah.
A club is supposed to have an office with the secretariat, everybody, the CEO, whatever board and everything that is needed. And it's mandatory for the club to have that. Yeah. It's mandatory for the club to have an academy. It's mandatory for the club to have a ladies team. Yeah. So the structures, they are a prerequisite of CAF. If you are to be recognized as a proper club. Yeah. So that should not really be a problem, because the people are there. But I think approaching Pasuwa, I think that's a long shot. Yeah. Because you want to go back to the reason as to why Kaindo left in the first place.
Definitely.
Because under normal circumstances, a coach that has performed the Houdini Act, I would call it a Houdini Act, because that was a great escape. Yeah. A coach that would have performed the Houdini Act is a coach that you're not going to lose, right? But because of the obvious financial
problems,
financial problems bedeviling the club and uncertainties bedeviling the club, I don't think a coach of Pasuwa's caliber would come to Dynamos at this stage for a simple reason. Today is what? That's the 6th of January. Yeah. Most clubs that are starting their preseason probably this week. Yeah. Some from the 8th and stuff. Others going into the next week. Yeah. Others are already reconvening. Yeah. I think the Malawi like based players, like guys from Malawi who are
trooping back into Zimbabwe,
who play for FC Platinum rather. Yeah. they're coming back.
Yeah.
Because they're already preparing.
Yeah.
Now there is no coach at Dynamos. There are no players. we all know 31st of December
The contract
every
lapse.
year a number of players will lose, and I understand that
Free agents.
Emmanuel Jalai is one of them. They have lost Prince Tafre Muta. I think Nyawa also his contract expired. Then Vusangwenya. Now if you even look at the kind of names that I've just mentioned, these were so pivotal to their escape.
Yeah.
Now you have got uncertainties of that magnitude, and you expect a
Someone
coach,
like Pasuwa.
exactly, a coach of Pasuwa's caliber, who has won 4 league titles on the trot in Malawi.
Yeah.
That speaks to stability and having a proper team. So I think the financial status that Dynamos find themselves in now, I don't think they are able to have a coach of Pasuwa's caliber. I'm not so sure how they're going to pull that one.
Well, definitely Dynamos, they have to figure something out. But looking into this, Pasuwa is someone that has injected life into Dynamos before. And coming to Bernard Mario's perspective, according to what is circulating on social media, Pasuwa is rumored to be demanding something around $8,000, and then the loss of these players. At one point, Dynamo said Socha Minuka who just woke up the following day after being fined 4,000 United States dollars. Then all of a sudden, he is out of a contract. Would Pasuwa consider Dynamos, given these inconsistencies, even in terms of his contract, the security of his job?
I don't think he'll consider Dynamos at this moment, because the more you age, you need security in your life. It's not all about football as a job, but you are also looking out after your family. Remember, he's a father, and he's also a husband, the most important thing, and a grandfather to his grandkids. Looking at Pasuwa and his history, he's a quiet guy who goes about his job in a wonderful manner. He has humbled himself, and he has seen even the time when he qualified Zimbabwe using that bus and the blankets to travel.
Pasuwa.
Yeah, Pasuwa blankets when they travel to Malawi there. But what he has gone through and what he has seen within the football fraternity all over the world, he is somebody that no one can take for granted right now.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, he now values himself better than he used to value himself 10 years back. But when you look at Pasuwa right now, as he is one of the best coaches that have come out of Zimbabwe. Actually,
Definitely.
he is one of the best.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, maybe him and Asante Chitambwa, those two to be precise. They've been the best in terms of our local football. But what he has done beyond our borders is something.
Where does Norman Mapeza fit there?
Yeah, I think the big three includes Norman as well.
Norman has done well. But when you look at Sunday and Pasuwa, they've qualified the national team to the AFCON.
Yeah, well, but I would argue to say Norman was never given
a
proper chance to say he's given a qualifier, he starts it and he finishes. He's always brought in to
Plus,
do
bring
damage
in this
control.
perspective, we barely export coaches. And Callisto Pasuwa, yes, he has been coaching in Malawi. Norman also got a stint in South Africa, and that tells you so much about his caliber. The likes of Sunday, whom we are ranking, well, it takes so much for a foreign nation to really consider you and say, let us take this coach. So I'm sure that
and
puts
don't
him in the
forget
equation.
there's a certain Charles McLeod there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Charles McLeod in the mix again. But to be honest with you, when you look at Pasuwa's CV, it becomes the most outstanding amongst all of them, because he is the only Zimbabwean ever to coach another nation.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, let us not look down upon Dynamos, but as it stands right now, Dynamos cannot afford Pasuwa. As it stands right now, Pasuwa cannot afford to do damage control to his brilliant name that he has rewritten upon his life. To be honest with you, if Dynamos wanted better things, they could have started to reorganize their structures way back, like during the mid part of last season. Yes, they've done so, bring in...
fighting for their dear life.
Yes, they brought in a new board executive running the club, and some of them have got history with the club. Some of them are beginner. What can I say?
Beginners.
They're beginners to this job also. And sometimes you need new ideas, to be honest with you. Dynamos has been in the swamps of old ideas.
Yeah.
You know, when we have got the same problem with the Dynamos, every year, every season, no contracts, no players, no coach.
Yeah.
It has been repeating itself years and years and over.
Strikes
and they are
over and over
rebuilding
again.
every year. And it's a team that is supposed to be winning titles, but as it stands right now, it's a big no for Pasuwa coming back to Dynamos.
Well, it is really sad because Dynamos is one club that you would look at and you say, let's talk of Zimbabwean football. We can't talk of it without Dynamos and Caps United and Highlanders, of course. But let us move on to a side that is actually winning, a side that has been crowned the champion in the Castle Premier Soccer League, Scotland FC, parting ways with their CEO, Ronald Moyo, and coming to you, Bevan. This move, what does it speak to? Because everybody's looking and saying, you know, this guy is the guy who literally was the mastermind of the trophy coming to Mavuku. Is this strategic? Or what is happening here?
Yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, people will say what they think and, you know, make conclusions based on those things. But him being the mastermind, well, that's a question for another day. You know what? Well, there are rumors doing rounds that he's probably going to be announced as the next Ziva CEO.
Yeah.
It's, like I said, there are rumors. It's grapevine.
Yeah.
If that is the case, I think it's a step, you know, towards the growth trajectory on his part.
Yeah.
Is growing. And, well, for a team like Scotland, you've got to realize that whatever office that you hold, a lot of people probably are eyeing the same office.
Wow.
So you have got to think on your, you know, on your toes. You can't afford to be complacent. And changes at Scotland, I can never be a surprise.
Yeah.
I've actually heard there are other changes that actually have happened, have taken place, not just on the field of play, the Beckham staff. A year of names that if some have been promoted, they've been there. Some are coming from other clubs that are coming. Wow. So changes at a club like that one, I think they are common.
Yeah.
And now, I think if you look at things like with an open mind, if you want to be pragmatic, you would say the previous season was a learning curve for them.
Yeah.
They were still trying to establish. Yes, they may be probably the most financially gifted club.
Yeah.
In the land.
Yeah.
But they still are a very young club.
Yeah.
And they were learning how these things are done.
Yeah.
Even if you get the best names around, you still have to learn the process as an institution.
Yeah.
They're still a very young institution. So last season was a learning curve. And this season, it's a season now they have an idea what they want to do. If you want to look at their modus operandi last season, they came here, they took everyone from everywhere. You get it? Yeah. Big names, every big name that was on offer, they got. But now they are doing away with most of these big names. They have a different way of doing things now. They are bringing players in a different way. Yeah. And they've got a coach who's not going to, believe you me, this is not the kind of coach that you're going to buy 100 players for without his consent or without his input. Because for him, his modus operandi is he has total control of the on-field thing, football-related matters.
But let us come to that. Let me throw Coach out into that because rumors, of course, it's all just grapevine. They say the reason that caused the conflict with Ndiraya, what led to his sacking, is the issue that he was trying to bring his own voice. And now we have got someone who really voices out there, like Norman. Is that not going to be a problem in Scotland?
I believe they brought in Norman Mapeza because they are going into the safari jungle of African football. His experience also, he has been there with FC Platinum on a number of occasions. And as for Ndiraya, his first season was last season with the Zimbabwe. if I'm not mistaken. He didn't even take part in
You didn't take part. It's
Pasuwa.
Joe who
So
went there.
when you are trying to make a name for your club and for yourself, it is not easy to have a coach who doesn't know the territory pretty well. But to be honest with you, I think when you are at Scotland as a coach, like what he said, everybody's eyeing your job.
Yeah.
So I think Norman went to Scotland knowing exactly what was required of him to bring in results and how you operate also with the owner of the team, not the chairman, with the owner of the team. Because I still remember when they were still, I think, ranked number 3 or 4, and the guy was complaining that the way they are playing their football is not even beautiful. He was saying, I would rather go and watch one of his teams in the Division 1. They play better football than the team that won the PSL. But to be honest with you, at that stage, it's not about playing beautiful football. It's all about bringing results. Ndiraya brought the cup back home. Now they've got Norman Mapeza at the helm. And they are hoping to continue with the trajectory of bringing the cup home and doing well in the African Safari. But it's going to be tough for Scott himself to stamp his authority over Norman Mapeza when it comes to the field.
Can I? But
Yeah.
I think, when you engage a coach like Norman Mapeza, you've got to know what you're engaging.
Yeah. What you're
First
getting
and
yourself
foremost,
into.
you're engaging probably the best on the land.
Yeah.
Whatever things aside,
Yeah.
he probably is the best right now on the land.
Yeah.
And he has got clout.
Yeah.
He is an achiever. And now the coaches, they've got ranks. They are different. They are emerging coaches. They are experienced coaches. And they are achieving coaches.
Yeah.
And Norman Mapeza has gone through the mill.
Yeah.
He won the league title with Monom Tapa.
Yeah. Which was pretty much unknown.
You get it. It was a good side, exciting side, but it was
But
one of those small
not
sides.
was a
one
baby.
of those sides
Yes.
you'd expect to
He
lift the
did
championship.
win the league title with them.
Yeah.
Then went on to win titles with FC Platinum.
Yeah.
But besides that, Bevan, remember also he was the first assistant coach to Dr. Charles Mshlauri at Cape United, and he learned a lot from Charles Mshlauri, and that experience on its own, being the assistant coach to a team that played wonderful and beautiful football, and what he has brought to Zimbabwean football, he himself to the teams that he has coached. You can see the philosophy and the style of play it was just beautiful football.
So when you've got such a coach, even if you are like Scotland, you've got to realize, I would want to believe probably the meeting in which they then agreed and they signed the contract of appointing him as a coach was probably their longest in their history and probably in their future. Because Norman Mapeza is the kind of coach that wants to work with black and white.
Yeah.
What we have agreed. So in that meeting, I want to believe you were so clear. I'm in charge of what happens on the field of play. I'm not told who to play, when to play, how to play, whatever. That's entirely my jurisdiction.
Yeah.
And this is not the kind of coach, I'll tell you, that you hire and say, we don't win a league.
Yeah.
No, he's going to tell you, if you're looking for the league championship, it's probably going to be 3 years from now.
Yeah.
Because we have got to set up structures. We've got to establish a DNA. We've got to do things. He did that at FC Platinum.
Yeah.
And I'm privy to that. That's what I'm saying. He actually told them, if it happens, it's okay. It would have happened. But this season, we look at this stage, we do this. Next season, go there. Then we can talk of title. This is a coach who's very professional in his dealing. So I think
won't that be a problem? Looking at Scotland, I'm probably looking at the Glazers at Manchester United. Ruben Amorim coming saying, I want to build a project. This is the same. Norman Mapeza going to say, I want to build a project. Let us start from the pipeline till we get to the championship, if it does happen. Won't we have the same problem if the results do not come in as expected?
It depends, because when we engage each other, we've got key result areas.
Yeah.
We have got targets.
Yeah.
We agree on certain things. So I want to believe this is not the caliber of a coach that you would engage and you talk of things that for the lack of a better expression, impossible.
Yeah.
So this is a coach that is not so much phased about, whatever investment is put into the club.
Yeah.
Because he's not the first. He's coming from a club that was once touted as the money bags anyway.
Yeah.
So he's not, phased much by this. So he's going to tell you what he expects and how things are going to work. So he tells you, if you're going to engage me, this is how we work.
Yeah.
If we are going to have results, this is how we are going to achieve results. If you're not comfortable with it, I can walk away. And I'll tell you, one of the coaches in Zimbabwe that does not have a problem with walking away is Norman Mapeza. Any day he can walk away.
Also remember, the most team that was difficult for him to manage was FC Platinum. Because uchiona bhora remukomboni.
Yeah.
Baba, it's not easy. You are not only dealing with a company. Remember, FC Platinum, it's a company.
Yeah.
There are people who are in charge of the team.
Yeah.
Then the community itself is also on top of those people who are in charge of the team. They call the shots off the field. They want their sons to play for FC Platinum. But you could manage to handle the pressure that was coming from the community. The community is the most dangerous aspect of the game in Zimbabwe, to be honest with you, especially if you are not from their province, like he was from Shavani, he was from Harare, Chitungwiza. Then he's coming back home here in Harare. Then everybody loves Norman Mapeza, to be honest with you. There are a few haters of him, especially within the media sector. They think he is arrogant. But the guy is not arrogant. He simply tells them the truth. The truth is open. To be honest with you, if you say things that are true, unovengwa baba. And to be honest with you, this guy, anotaura kuti amarefera toraira bhora. And aatombonyara kuzvitaura kuti imi maripota imi mukunyora zvinhu zvisiri mukuuraya futi bhora. He openly says it. So I don't see him with the level of football that he has also played in his career. The coaches that he has been coached with. Remember, he walked through the path of greatness and great coaches, great team managers during the 90s also. And to go and play in Europe for quite some time, my brother, it's not a joke, to be honest with you. So when you come back here as a football coach and a football administrator, after you spend your years in Europe and at the best clubs, and also playing in that dream team that had one of the greatest players of all times within the core of the team, and one of the greatest coaches that we ever had, who brought great football to Zimbabwe, to be honest with you, he will be a no-nonsense coach that can take any word from the owners. They will agree on certain aspects of the game. They will also tend to disagree on certain aspects of the game. But you will have the final say on who plays or who is not in the team.
All right, let us quickly jump ship to where the headlines are coming, and that is from Kontuntu, where it is all happening. Bulawayo Chiefs on a rampage, taking from Highlanders, you name another club. Bulawayo Chiefs are making sure that they are getting the names and they are getting the signings. They have been famous for banter on social media, but is this the season that we are going to be seeing them being competitive and possibly laying their hands on some silverware?
You know what? Because I'm not so much of social media person myself, and they are masters. I don't want maybe to start some war, but it's good that they are buying players and bolstering their squad and making sure. Because I think the objective here for them, if I were part of the structures, don't set illogical objectives. The objective here, let's survive. Let's survive. Let's be in a comfortable position. So you need experience for that to happen. If they're going to get experience from wherever they're going to get them, I think it's good on their part. About silverware, let's take that as a plus. It's a bonus if it happens. Yeah, you.
Do you see it happening though? Melikaya Ngube, they did bring in the youngest transfer that we have had, the young Msona also joining. Can they inject fresh blood that can help them to leap all the way? Do you believe that they can leap all the way?
All the way as in the league title?
The league title or even in Chibuku?
League title.
Too far away from
How about Chibuku?
No, a cup game is anyone's
it's
game.
It's a possibility. Anyone. You see, with the
but
cup.
The chances, let's say you had to give them out of 10, their chances of getting there with the squad they are building.
The league title.
The Chibuku.
The Chibuku.
The money game, yeah.
Well, you see, at this stage, Reynold, I think it's difficult for anyone to call because names are just names.
Yeah.
You've got to see how they're going to be deployed.
Yeah.
And how are they going to gel? Are they going to play? You can have, I'll tell you, for example, Manica Diamonds had quite a seriously good squad on paper in terms of the names that they had. But somehow the season went south.
Yeah.
The players, they could not really live up to the expectation.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's not so much of
the names
that are brought, but what will happen or transpire on the field of play. I understand. That's why I was diplomatic to say, I think the main objective at this stage should be survival.
All right.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves and get excited.
Yeah.
Because coming from Division 1, it's just an indication that relegation can be a reality.
Yeah.
You know, they know now that relegation is a reality.
But we did see, you know, Villa, a few seasons after relegation, now they are one of the top teams that we are talking about. They are competing each and every season. Yeah,
but the circumstances are a bit different. They've got a tried and tested coach.
Yeah.
Whom we know probably needed the right platform.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure if that is the case with Amakoch. I love the team because it's colorful. They bring flair to the game, both on and off the pitch, the field. They make things interesting. But then I think expectations are things that have to be managed if you are careless with that. Because it's not bad to have ambition, but it's dangerous to be over-ambitious because you will break.
Well, let me jump to Coach Stout, and we are talking of ambition. There is a team that has really outlined their ambition from fighting relegation in the 2025 season, 2026. They are gunning for something big, definitely, judging by the signings as well. But names don't count, as stated by Bevan. But they have brought in, I now call him a serial title winning because he has done it 2 in a row with 2 different clubs. Could this be the third? Is Chicken Inn assembling a squad that can win their second league title after 10 good years?
I believe in that capacity that Ndiraya has joined Chicken Inn. I think it's a good playground for him. Better than Ngezi, better than Simba Bora, better than Scotland. You look when you've got Chicken Inn as a coach, they don't mind about the results before setting in motion great things for their team. All they've done in the past years, Chicken Inn, even with Joey Antipas, they've given him the support so that he can thrive. He can build something that is good. Yes, last season they did not have a great season. It was one of their worst ever since they came into the fold of the PSL. Yeah. But to be honest with you, yes, they've brought in a serial winner. But to be honest with you, look, he'll be traveling to Spain in a few days. That will be an added plus with what he's going to learn there, to be honest with you. I had the privilege to work with these European coaches, especially from Spain. I was with Coach Rick and Coach Pep from Winning Soccer Skills Soccer Academy based in Barcelona. These are former youth coaches of Barcelona, and you will learn a lot from them. To be honest with you, the standard up there is top-notch. And if he is to bring that knowledge and feed it back to Chicken Inn, and the players grasp it properly, to be honest with you, they will be title contenders. And also they've got a serial winner within who knows how to win titles. And to be honest with you, who knew he was going to win the title with Scotland? Many people doubted Scotland, even myself doubted Scotland. Only Bevan here will tell you that they are going to win from the week 1 to the last week. And to be honest with you, they did amazing. And he was cool and collected every time their stones and bullets were aimed at him. He kept himself composed, making the right selection. That will also help the team to win the title. Well, now with the Chicken Inn, he is at a home that is perfect for him. No, not too much noise. They just go about they're doing their job in the right manner. And to be honest with you, I see them in the top 3 coming of this season.
All right, let me come to you, Bevan. Last season, we also saw Ndiraya going to Turkey. We did receive some of those lessons, maybe possibly impacting the way you went on for the title. Is he self-funding these trips? Turkey, now Spain, and how useful will be that experience from Turkey as well as this one from Villarreal in making sure that the Gamecocks really come to the game as the Cocks?
Well, in terms of the funding, I'll be lying if I tell you I know the source of the funding, but I want to believe probably the club is facilitating that, and it's very important. You see, a number of coaches in Zimbabwe, some I can't mention names, they're very good coaches, brilliant,
Yeah.
but they are stagnated. They are stuck
Because they are not going on
they
these
are
tours.
stuck with what they know. So now the game is evolving and, undergoing a mutation, as it were.
Yeah.
It's changing. So what then one needs, if they're a professional, is exposure to the new ways of doing things,
Yeah.
new ways of player management,
Yeah.
new ways of the drills. The game is not static; it's dynamic.
Yeah.
So if you are constantly exposed to new ways of doing things, you are in touch with how things happen.
Yeah.
So it will not be a shocker if Ndiraya has gone back to back winning with different
Sweet.
clubs, because you are looking at this guy is constantly refreshing
Yeah.
and knowledge 30 years. Like he alluded to, at the end of the day, it's not about sexy football,
Yeah.
because it's about the results.
Yeah.
So if once he masters how to get the results,
Yeah.
that's all that matters, because a coach is judged by the results.
But wasn't it a shocker, his move to Chicken Inn? Did you see that coming?
For me, it was not a shocker, because I knew that Chicken Inn needed to reinvent themselves, and I knew that the owner wanted Chicken Inn to be where they belong as a brand.
Yeah.
In terms of football, Chicken Inn are one of your big sides in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
They are not like they may have won one league title, yes,
Yeah.
but this is not your small.
Yeah, it's
kind
not
of
a
team.
Mickey Mouse team.
So I know the owners wanted really to have the team back where it belongs, and like he alluded to, it's a team that has been relatively stable all
Yeah.
these years. But now I think there is going to be better investment into the club.
Yeah.
This season.
Yeah.
There will be amongst the money bags of Zimbabwean football.
Yeah.
This I can guarantee you.
Yeah.
This I can tell you. They will be part of amongst the money bags. They will be doing very well.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I think God has given Stanza the grace.
Yeah.
He is now managing where money is.
Only.
Yes, you moved
like
from Ngezi.
Davido's song, Money Follow Me.
Yes. At Ngezi, he was okay.
Yeah.
At Dynamos, he came at a time where Dynamos was
Yeah, it was
liquid.
cool.
They were okay.
Yeah.
Simba Bora, Scotland. I think also is that grace extends to what he has been able to achieve.
Yeah.
He's justifying whatever investment the clubs are making, and he's winning titles.
But also, Bevan, I'd like to just come in with a word. When good things follow you, it means that you are also a good person.
Yeah.
Because this guy has been brilliant, even with his technical department team. He moves with them.
Yeah.
And to be honest, you need people that you trust, people that are willing to work for you.
Yeah.
When you're an assistant coach to the head coach, it basically means you are the good wife to him.
Yeah.
You work hand in glove with the coach so that you bring greatness towards your family. To be honest with you, when they came to Scotland, to be honest with you, I didn't see them winning the title because of the demands and also, what was being promised by Scotland. There was so much pressure, and they wanted to compete with almost everything that was on the table for PSL football teams. To be honest with you, he did a great job. He did a great job also at Simba Bora. And he was unlucky with Ngezi and Dynamos. You could have won those two titles, to be honest with you. But now, like what he said, it's not going to be a fluke if he wins the third title with the third team, because the guy has constantly renewed his knowledge. He has constantly been going for courses. Remember, this one is his third third, what do you call them? Attachment in Europe.
Yeah.
He first went to Belgium,
Yeah.
then last year to Turkey,
Yeah.
then
Now
this time he's
Spain.
going to Spain. So he's got three different philosophies and cultures to football, including the fourth one being the Zimbabwean one. And also, you know how it is when you've a coach who works wonders with winning titles through your defenses.
Yeah.
Your defenses wins you titles. If you've got a porous defense, to be honest with you, you might score 10, but you'll concede 11, then you'll lose the game. But when you score 1 and then you don't concede, it means you're a title-winning coach. This will be brought into, he's going to bring it to Chicken Inn, and I guarantee you, Chicken Inn is going to be one of the most exciting teams to watch this season.
Well, Washington Ndiraya out of contract, as per reports, and interest from South Africa, interest locally, some tipping him to be training with Hard Rock, and I don't know if that move has materialized. Are we about to see something, let's say, definitely is at Hard Rock FC?
Yeah, I've heard from Cape Fine that if the intended move to SA does not materialize, he's then going to be at Hard Rock. I think from the information I've gotten, there's some agreement in place to that effect. But, well, I hear Hard Rock have been very busy
Yeah.
on the transfer market.
Yeah. Silently doing their business.
Yeah, but that has to be managed also.
Yeah.
You see, he's a coach. He can tell you when you are building a team, you've got to strike balances.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You also want to look at the egos that are coming.
Yeah.
Is the coach able to
Manage
them?
Yeah.
Is the coach able to handle them? So it's not just about the names.
Yeah.
It's about the characters also.
Yeah.
So whilst it's good to bolster the squad, I do hope, and I from my deductions and conclusions, I think they are trying to do a Scotland.
Yeah.
Whereby you're going to win it in your first
First season.
So they have gone the Scotland way in terms of buying. Look, you hear of your Mdadis going there.
Yeah.
You hear of your Junior Makunike is going there.
as
Now
well.
you're talking
Yeah.
of your
Navayas.
Navayas. There are other names that probably have skipped my mind. But will it work? That remains to be seen. But what I foresee this season is going to be a very interesting kind of season. Because
Money bags are in.
yeah, and there are a number of financially stable clubs this season. So it's going to be interesting how it's going to pan out. But if I were to advise them at Hard Rock, you want to have a Moors hybrid.
Yeah.
Retain quite a number of those that you had.
Yeah.
Add some crucial ones, key ones, because there are positions that okay, here we would need a centre back with Premiership experience.
Yeah.
You can have one. We need a midfielder here with a Premiership experience.
Yeah.
You get one. We need a forward with Premiership experience. That can help you. If you're going to have a total overall, yes, well, in cases like Scotland, it probably worked. But will it work for everyone? I'm not so sure. And these setups are different.
Well, the setups are certainly different. But, this is one issue that really has been dominating the space, is that when teams get promotion into the Premier League, they want to do an overhaul. And what is it with leaving out the players that made you qualify, and now you are saying, no, I think these ones do not meet the grade. Let us look for a higher grade. What will be happening? Let's say from a coaching perspective, you come in as the coach and you're saying, last season I was with Reynald, I was with Bevan, so now I'm now switching. I'm taking Skuda, and I'm also taking in Morris and bringing them, roping them into the party. What will be happening?
It's a pity that those who qualifies these teams, to the PESL, some of them are dropped, and to bring in better quality, to be honest with you. It's the same as a football coach. Some are tailor-made for Division 1, football. Then some are tailor-made for PSL football, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If you are bound to bring in players that are tailor-made for Division 1 into the PSL, you're bound to go back to Division 1. But if you mix the lot with those who are seasoned players also at the same time, then you strike a balance like what Bevan said.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, you'll find your way, floating on top of water. But if you don't mix the young ones coming from D1 and those experienced lot from the PSL, you will sink, to be honest with you. This is what we've seen it happening with Kweke, was it Kweke? Kweke United, we've seen it with the Chekutu Pirates, because without financial muscle, you cannot bring in quality.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, you need quality to change your ground in the PSL. Now we've got teams like Scotland, we've got teams like Simba Bora, we've got Chicken Inn, we've got FC Platinum, we've got Ngezi. These are well-funded teams also, to be honest with you. And we've got Hard Rock coming in.
Yeah.
They need to strike a balance on and off the field, to be honest with you.
Caps United also
Caps
bringing
United,
in the
they've done their
funds.
business well, to be honest with you. This was one thing that I would like to give praise to Caps United with what
they've really been splashing
They started
money.
doing that in the first quarter of the season last season to look like, guys, we need to rebrand, we need to re-strategize on the future of our team for next season. Yes, they were dicing with relegation here and there, but towards the last 3 games of the season, they were safe and sound. But many people just say mathematically Caps are out, but already they were bringing in players, the coaching staff already before the end of the season. They'd done their job. And to be honest with you,
I have
Caps are
to
going
cut
to give
you
us...
short on that because of our time. But Bevan, is this the league that we were dreaming for? Teams that are financially stable coming on board. And with that in mind, the management of the PSL, the sponsorship to the PSL, is it still relevant considering the investments that are being put in our football right now at the moment?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, maybe the first part of the question, I will say, this is the situation that every serious football fan looks at. Clubs that are competitive, clubs that, if clubs are able to pay the players well, it means we are going to have a retention of talent.
Yeah.
We're not going to lose players to Tanzania, South Africa, and stuff. If we are paying our players, say, 6,000, they do not have a reason to go and play in South Africa.
Yeah.
You get it? So that can then improve our league in general, the status of our league. So it's a dream. That's what we expect to see, financially stable teams getting more in terms of numbers in the PSL. That would be very good. Well, in terms of the sponsorship in question, first and foremost, I think as a fan, I have to appreciate Kasolaga as an all-weather friend to Zimbabwean football.
Yeah.
They have been there.
Yeah.
They have been with Zimbabwean football through thick and thin, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I however, on the same note, appeal to say, I think there is need to relook into the investment. You've got to look at it and say, now you have players being bought for 100,000.
Yeah. And that is the prize money.
And the winners walk away with 100,000. I think even when these contracts are signed, I appreciate what the executive is doing to look for sponsorship and stuff. But I think we need to have clauses that speaks to reviewing of these sponsorships, because at the end of the day, it doesn't then make sense. If you ask me, my humble opinion is, if you're going to have a sponsorship, right, I think the least that should be an amount that would make clubs break even. Yeah. At least clubs can survive. Yeah. If they break even, they're not probably going to make profits, fine. Yeah. But let it be an amount. If the winner probably spent maybe 500 or 400,000 throughout the season, at least let it be around that. Yeah. Somewhere there, it can be more.
So that it won't be a loss.
It won't be a loss. So I think maybe the other way to circumvent these losses or to counter these losses, I think we need to have a situation that obtained back then, when in one season you could have 4, 5, or 6 tournaments. Yeah. Different. You could have your BP, you could have Madison. You could have. I'm sorry, maybe to mention the brands. Yeah, maybe. But there were a number of tournaments that you had. So
To just
even
cushion.
Castle themselves, they did Castle Cup. So it would cushion clubs.
Yeah.
So some clubs, for example, Cape Town that you alluded to,
Yeah.
they were not winning as many titles.
Yeah.
In terms of league, but they were winning the
cups.
the cups
And securing the bag.
you get it.
Yeah.
So it helps the club. So I feel maybe something there you could see some refreshing activities at PSL.
Yeah.
They, for the first time in donkey years, they released fixtures well in time.
Yeah.
So it's easy for clubs to plan.
Yeah.
They know who's going to play. Even us as broadcasters, it's easy for us. We now know where we'll be going and when. We can prepare. We can make bookings in advance. We can do things. You get it? So, yeah, I think that refreshing, way of doing things, I think it can extend to, the sponsorship thing. They can go and get other sponsors.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that this season we're going to see the return of the Zifa Cup. It was something that we grew up on. It was a good thing.
More like the FA Cup.
Yeah.
To those who don't know.
Yeah.
Bringing in all the divisions.
All the divisions, everybody's playing there. And I also feel that they take the Independence Trophy seriously.
Yeah.
If you ask me, that should be all the 18 teams
Yeah. Participating prior to the main event.
The main event. I think they can have, I don't know if it's a bubble or what,
Yeah.
in terms of time, but you need all the teams to participate. Because if you ask me, that probably is the most important cup that we can have. Independence, I think. All this we're doing is a result of that. Yeah, it's iconic. So I'm hoping that we have a big sponsor out there who's going to sponsor the Independence Trophy as an 18 team tournament.
Yeah.
That's
Well, our producer, Skilda Makwana, probably will be having his eyes on the clock and say, you guys are overtaking the clock. But before we go, just quick remarks from you. Tawanda Maswanhise, top form and the quality of those goals. How will Super Mario be feeling at this moment? And was his move justified to say, let me bench this guy for the first two matches of the AFCON tournament, given the form that he is proving warm and away?
As a coach, first of all, for me, I've got my own way of assessing a player and giving him playing time. And from a fan's point of view, it's always demanding that the best player must always start a game and finish their game. But to be honest with you, Maswanhise is one great talent that we have as a nation, and we just pray to God that he keeps his form, he's protected from injuries, then he can find another big club to go to in England, Spain, Germany or Italy. The boy is a talent, to be honest with you, and as it stands, his quality is above none. This shows the greatness of junior development. The boy started way long back at Leicester City Academy, and when you train every day of your life, these are the results of what you do in front of goals. Look at the goal that he scored against South Africa, and prior before the tournament he was scoring at free will. And I just hope and pray that as Zimbabweans we give Coach Mario a chance so that he can implement his ideas to the boys. To be honest with you, he was short-charged by Zifa. With a few weeks to go to the tournament, then he give him the job. Then we
just
expect,
2 friendlies.
Yeah, then 2 friendlies, and prior to the tournament, no friendly at all. And then you're meeting some of the boys at the tournament, and it is a pity that he came in late. And we hope that Ziva does not change coaches at this time.
Oh, he was given a 1-year contract as well?
But do you know what? This is the problem with the Ziva. How do you give somebody you want to build a house with a 1-year contract? Give him a 5-year working plan so that he implements his ideas together with the technical director of Zifa, so that they can spread the philosophy that we need to implement to all the academies within our setups in Zimbabwe. Wherever there is an academy, they need to follow the same philosophy with the national team coach, so that it becomes from the national team, the under 20s, under 17s, under 15s, and it is high time as a nation that we need to have under 11s and under 13s national teams, so that we quickly identify these youngsters who are good at football, so that they can be roped in to have those, what do you call them, those holiday lessons, where they can go for scouting times. Then you can have also an agreement within these European nations so that you can have exchange programs. Maybe you can send 30 kids each and every time they are on school holidays, so that they can be taught the new things that we are in football. But to be honest with you, Tawanda Maswanhise is a great gem for Zimbabwean football.
All right, and coming to you, Bevan, you saw that goal live and clear. TLB, I saw the South Africans saying that, TLB was excavated, that is their guy, Mbokazi, by Tawanda Maswanhise. You have also talked with the coach, you have heard of his philosophy during your time in Morocco, and was he the missing piece? Tawanda Jethro Maswanhise, would you have been the difference? And what does this future speak like with him in mind? And mind you, after we exited the tournament, Tawanda Chirewa did an interview, and you were saying, we should be given time. Give me time with Tawanda Maswanhise, give me time with Jordan Zemura, give me time with, you mentioned all these youngsters, Bill Antonio, that are coming up, that, if you give us time, then you will unlock the gems in us.
Yeah, well, you see, the problem with football is you don't want to base it on the ifs.
Yeah.
Or what could have happened, because it's something that we don't know.
Yeah.
Because he came in, he did very well, he's on form, he's firing. So the normal or logical conclusion for everybody is he was probably going to score against Egypt and everything. But it may not have been so.
Yeah.
I would have wanted him to play.
Yeah.
I even said it during the press conference that we had with him prior to the game. We even asked, myself and Valentine, we even asked why he was not being played.
Yeah.
That's where the scientific thing that is doing rounds came from. But at the end of the day, I think it's not sensible to cry over spilled milk. It's gone.
Yeah.
That's
but people are looking at the incidents, and they are saying at one point we called him Passport because his passport went missing ahead of a crucial encounter. Is there conspiracy? Is there conspiracy by some players to try and avoid the British Brigade to play?
If you ask me, and I'm not a fan of that term, by the way.
Yeah.
Zimbabweans in the diaspora.
Not British Brigade.
No. I personally, I'm not a fan of that term, because you see, the problem with terms like that, they bring divisions into the team.
Which is what we are seeing.
Yeah, because when somebody is called Tawanda Maswanhise, Tawanda Chirewa, whether they are born in England, their names are actually strange to the British folk.
Yeah.
So they
can't even, it's like Trenyoni, they call him Nayoni.
You get it. So, if you look at the boys, you alluded to the interview that Tawanda addressed. I was actually holding the mic.
Yeah.
The question that he responded to was asked by Lawrence Trusida.
Yeah.
The one that he referred to when he said we need time together and I agree with what you're saying. We need time to have the boys play. But my point, Reynolds, is we have to be deliberate with our things.
Yeah.
We can't just be reactive.
Yeah.
We need to be deliberate.
Yeah.
If we're going to have our systems, let's have systems in play. Let's have these boys, consistently playing together. Let's give the coach time.
Yeah.
Maybe because people didn't have enough time to talk to the coach, and probably they did not really get to understand what scientific approach was he talking about. Yeah. So I hope when game plan returns, I'm going to have him on the show.
Then
he's going to explain what he was talking about. There is a scientific approach to everything now.
Yeah, true.
So sometimes it's because we do not have enough information, so we go on to castigate a lot of things.
Yeah.
But we need to have a situation where we give him time.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But he just has a year.
That's
months now.
That's a strange part. We wait to see what Zifa are going to do.
Yeah.
But we need a situation where we have longevity and consistency. So if you're going to have an identity, if you're going to have continuity, that's what we need. And if these players are not going to be confused, we need to have a philosophy, and that will come with us giving a coach time. Rome was not built in a day.
Yeah.
We need a situation whereby we are consistent.
All right. And, just 30 seconds as we round up. Are we over-expecting the Warriors, our expectations too high?
Yes, as a fan, I want my nation to do well, but our expectations were overboard. It was a recipe for disaster, employing Mario at the last minute before the tournament, and also with these squabbles within the squad, and also the players themselves coming in and out, defending themselves, whether on social media and non-social media. And for the lesson for Zifa, especially with the PR department, please, 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 stop posting things against social media people. Just keep your profession as a professional institution and lead by example. Do things the correct way. Give people information before they speculate how things are being done within the camp.
Well, Bevan, your parting words.
Yeah, well, I hope we will learn from the experience and go on to do things the right way. The templates are there. We need to, if you're going to succeed as a nation in terms of football, we need to be a united front. We don't have to be
but
divided.
But not with the Glazers.
And not the Glazers way. And if I had my way, I would fly to Manchester and have a one-man demonstration telling the Glazers to go. But we don't want that at SIFA. Let's be one united front and work towards development of our game. And by the way, there is something big that is happening in Zimbabwean football. It's a very, very big.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say it today.
Well, he's not going to say it today, and Strictly Football is the name of the show. My name, you will find it on the screens, but I was joined here by Bevan Ndiraya as well as Coach Doubt, that is Ruben Doubt, and these men, I have been making sure that we do have an exciting conversation. We will be back again next week, so do make sure to just keep it Strictly Football. Nothing else but Strictly Football.